Hey guys, welcome to another video, and we're back in DayZ Standalone 0.61. This is experimental, but they've shown us what they've done to Cherno. I wanted to record it here and just cover the changes to the biggest city in DayZ. You see, this is a construction site that's been put on the east side between that and Electro, and we have the greenhouse very close to that, so that's a new construction site. And then as we approach Cherno, you can see, if you go over the metal bridge, that there is a crane just outside the industrial complex. And then as we approach that, the coolest part of the update, and that's this zone here. This is like the foundations of one of those construction sites, and it's flooded, which I think is cool. This looks kind of derelict, and a really great addition to this part of the arena. They need more areas that look a bit more run down. And so this has been left to flood. I mean, this may have happened before the apocalypse, but I think it looks pretty cool. You can see it there. Now, there's been quite a few changes to the industrial zone. Before, there were quite open areas, but they've filled a lot of that in, I think it's safe to say. As you approach the industrial zone, you'll notice that the roundabout, the big roundabout, has gone, and now we have another raised road that leads up alongside the industrial zone. As we go up here, so we look across on the right, the layout has changed quite a lot. So we've got a tech building immediately on the right here. You can see through this new raised road. And there are some other smaller warehouses that are kind of mixed into that area. If we look across on the other side, there's also been changes to the centre of Cherno, where we have the Grand Hotel. You can see here we've got a number of smaller buildings, kind of tweaking it, basically adding more places to hide, more places to interact with, I feel. And then there's this really large building on the right. That one's been repositioned. So they're kind of cramming stuff in. I think maybe they thought just wasn't enough going on in that district before. Maybe not enough hiding places. As we look down here as well, you see, because now we've got these banks, it adds a different element to this. You've got cover, and there's a supermarket that's been put in down that side as well. Then look across to the hotel in the middle, the old Novo Tower that was transplanted here last patch. And there's some interesting stuff around there. So, updated industrial zone, more places to hide. Then as we go running along into the centre here, and there's the statue that was there before. Now there was obviously the roundabout there, and then if we go up, they've got these big steps, these rows of steps here that lead up to this central focus now. And the tower itself is in this zone. They're working out, obviously, the steps at the front here, they don't look quite right. And if we go through, there's a really interesting thing here. They've added in the hanging man. There's a zombie or person that's hanging from the arch, which is pretty grim, but they need stuff like this in-game. It's going to drive the story. This guy's a scientist. Looks like a scientist. Was he part of the reason why people got infected? I don't know. I think it looks cool, though. They need stuff like this in-game. They need blood splattered around. They need signs of the apocalypse, and that's definitely one small step in the right direction. And then we have these kind of courtyards outside these large steps that go all the way around this central area, which is brand new. And then the final area that I've found is the police station on the north side of Cherno. And you can see, used to be a school next to it, but now it's residential buildings here side. So this, I think this is going to give us more loot in this zone, which is really cool. You can see they've got this long row of residential areas. I guess they were thinking maybe it was too industrial around here, potentially. So we're up in the tower, looking down, But the courtyards beyond, you can hear the gunshots in the background, the awesome new sounds of 0.61, a video for which you can see on my channel. If we look down across the industrial zone, you can see some of the new tech building in place there, which had been moved. I think it moved across some other factories and buildings that have been added into that zone, and the new road. Then on the other side, towards the railway, we have more factories, and then the residential areas right next to the police station. You can see directly ahead there. So they're really the main changes, and they're good. Guys, if you found this useful, click the thumbs up. Let me know what you think. If I've missed something, add it in down below. And don't forget, I've got a second YouTube channel. The link's on the screen, but you can also find it by searching for Pitstop Head 2. Thanks for watching.